Exactly. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. The #1 picks from the 2009 and 2010 NFL drafts will be under center in today's matchup. It's Matt Stafford getting set to match up against Sam Bradford. So with that, let's get up to the new U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. On the call, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
We are at the newest stadium in the NFL, and its inaugural year. There's a look inside U.S. Bank Stadium here in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. On third down, Bradford. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. DeAndre Levy with a big-time sack on third down. And it'll be a loss of 7. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
So the Detroit Lions coming out now 4-4 after a Week 8 loss to Houston. And Matthew Stafford, who in all 4 victories had led the Lions come-from-behind style, could not make it a 5th come-from-behind victory against the Texans.
Tried to rally him, but couldn't get the ball to all of his receivers as they normally do. Marvin Jones, Golden Tate, Anquan Bolden, not the same factors they were in that 3-game winning streak, although they did get back Eric Ebron, who played pretty well coming off of injury.
They come out here in the eye. Now a play fake here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A first-time Pro Bowler from a season ago, Anthony Barr. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
On second down, here's Stafford. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. 3rd and long. It's Stafford surveying the field. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
On first down, it's Stafford. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Terrence Newman with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Brandon, I'm not going to tell him that you called him old in our pregame meeting, but this guy has been around a long time. If there's a trick in the book, he knows it. He probably even wrote a few chapters. And this is what he's always had. And that's a nose for the football. He's able to come away here with the interception.
Now we see the captain of this offense, Sam Bradford. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground. But that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. Following the interception, Bradford. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. Well, we have a second. I have to ask you what you dressed for Halloween.
That was tough. I had to try and narrow it down because there's so many different great options. So finally I decided to just go as your bodyguard. I thought that would be kind of cool.
That's funny because I was going to say I went as Charles Davis. Some guys in the league, though, they got into the act, didn't they?
Yeah, he certainly did. We saw Richard Sherman at a press conference last week, and he revealed that his wizardry is not just on the field, it's all...
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 65 yards, and the Vikings have taken the lead. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guys covering take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by him. And once he's by him, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And that brings up 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Bradford again. And a throw right sideline is complete. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll throw again. Bradford. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kyle Rudolph. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Now a first down throw. Stafford finding time. The left side completion to Jones. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing on 3rd down. Stafford surveying the field. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd learned to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So a field goal here. They're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They start the second half with a run by Forsett. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. It's brought in by Bolden. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. From the gun on third down, Stafford. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
On play action, Bradford. He's got time. Looking deep downfield. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
On third down, Bradford. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. On first and 10, Stafford. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he's brought down. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. A good start there on this fourth quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time, all right? It's not like they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Stafford on first down. Ebron with it over the middle. And he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. First and 10 now. Forsett. And he's got this one down to the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. To throw on second down is Stafford. His pass caught at the 4. And he's brought down. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now first and goal. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Stafford. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. On second down, here's Stafford. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver, and it's third down. They gotta have 6 here. It's third and goal. Now Stafford on third and goal. And that will be incomplete as well. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And it's fourth down.
I have to say that was a surprise call on 3rd and inches. I thought they'd try and run the football there, but you got to believe they thought they'd surprise the defense and pick up something downfield, but that one goes incomplete.
Now it's Matt Prater on for the Lion field goal try. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So you knew one way or another that you needed 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll need to get the ball back.
So, Brandon, the question is, how do you accomplish that? You can onside kick it, or remember, since you've got all 3 timeouts, you can still kick it deep and try to play defense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to work. And he eventually goes down, but not before reaching the 30-yard line. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And the final play here will be Bradford going down to a knee. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.